Adapting Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve's original French story about a beauty and her beast is no easy take. In the wrong hands, this romance between a girl and her captor could easily come across as creepy, Stockholm Syndrome parodying a fairy tale. Disney managed to pull it off in 1991. Its sublime animated version, with its tender heart and gorgeous music, has rightly become a classic. 25 years later, has the studio managed to capture lightning in the bottle again, this time in live action format? Well, not quite. To be fair, this brand new incarnation of Beauty and the Beast, directed by Bill Condon, has a great deal going for it. It makes a good case for updating the tale with more modern sensibilities. The film is beautifully performed and designed, and there's plenty of fun and nostalgia awaiting fans of its animated predecessor. But it never feels quite as effortless or natural in telling its story. While there is magic here, it's tough to shake the feeling that it's energied, not organic, that it gathers rather than grabs the heart. The film centers on Belle, played by Emma Watson, a bookish, resourceful young lady who's never really fit into her little French village. She hankers for adventure, but gets more than she bargained for when her father, played by Kevin Kline, stumbles into a forgotten castle and becomes a prisoner there. After trading places with her dad, Belle gets to know the inhabitants of the castle, a surly, fearsome beast played by Dan Stevens, and a host of living household appliances and furniture, all of them living in fear that they will never be free of the curse that has robbed them of their humanity. On its own merits, Beauty and the Beast is a decent effort. Condon's film is the Hollywood blockbuster at its most efficient, from its photoreal fantasy castles to splashy musical numbers teeming with life and color. The screenplay by these two guys right here, I don't want to insult their names, is a canny adaptation of familiar material, particularly when it comes to adding layers to its characters. Belle has more agency in ways big and small. She's the one in control even when she voluntarily becomes the beast's prisoner, and in a small but important scene, she shares the gift of independent thinking by teaching a village girl how to read. Similarly, the many relationships in the film are given welcome depth. Belle and the Beast find common ground in books and feeling out of place, even in the place they call home. Were furnished with hints as to why the household servants, including Sauve Candlestick Lumiere, Jittery Clock Cogsworth, and Motherly Kettle Mrs. Potts, are more invested in breaking the curse that Belle fell them. Le Fou devotion to the pompous Gaston goes quite logically from subtext to text through in a way that hardly warrants the firestorm of controversy that has erupted in the conservative circles over Disney's gay agenda. That being said, other aspects of this remake yield more mixed results. The Beast's very real, very human eyes provide emotional connection and depth in a way that animation can't fully promote, but burying Stevens beneath layers of CGI and prosthetics also means that the Beast can occasionally come across as a stiff, oversized teddy bear, lacking the fluidity of expression of his animated counterpart. The same goes for the household servants. Ironically, efforts to make them more realistic end up bleeding them of life and personality. It's the same story with the film's music. Some of Alan Menken's and Howard Ashman's iconic original numbers are thoughtfully reimagined. Be Our Guest is a joyous explosion of camp color, featuring welcome nods to movies like Carbers and Singing in the Rain, and Gaston's morphs into a lively bar-storming number that partially demands applause at the end. Performances across the board are good, as you would expect from a cast of this caliber, though it's hard not to wish for accomplished performers like Thompson, McKellen, and Broadway legend Audra McDonald to be better served by both script and special effects. Watson, who has provided a better advocate than actor in recent years, is a perfectly credible, though hardly riveting, Belle. Stevens does a decent job with a challenging part, while Evans convincingly conjures up both swagger and menace. It's evident in every frame that everyone involved in Beauty and the Beast worked mightily hard to prove that transforming one of Disney's most iconic movies into a live-action extravaganza is worth the effort. They don't always pull it off. The film gets about as many things wrong as it does right, and it most certainly doesn't surpass the animated classic in quality. But it tells a familiar tale well enough one suspects to win over fans old and new. I'm going to give Beauty and the Beast an A-. There you have it, folks. My in-depth review for The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch, and Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4 are both coming out very soon. You're all awesome. Thanks to you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace out.